Today here on Robert's Guitar Dungeon, we are doing more boss pedal shootouts with the Waza edition of the Metal Zone, and this time we're shooting it out against the ST-2 Power Stack. As you may already be aware, judging by the hat and t-shirt and shorts that I am wearing, this is not the first shootout of the Boss Waza Metal Zone that I have done today. However, when I did the original shootout with the Waza Metal Zone and the original version of the Metal Zone a couple of months ago, I got a number of requests from viewers to see a shootout against the Waza Metal Zone and the ST-2 Power Stack. You guys, these two pedals are not really all that similar, although I guess there could be some similarities depending on, regardless, you guys tell me you want to see it, I try my best to make it happen. So, let's put them down and plug them in and see how they sound and, most importantly, see how they stack up to each other. See what I did there? Okay, if you're not familiar with the Power Stack, as it is probably not one, it's one of Boss's newer distortion pedals. This one's been out for probably close, maybe, maybe not quite 10 years. Seems like this one probably came out right around 2010, I believe. And the reason why I know that is because my wife actually bought me this pedal for my birthday, the first year that we were dating. And she bought it, and this pedal has only been out for a few months at that point. So that's how I know that. And also why I will never get rid of this. I had, this was actually my main distortion for a long, long time. I really, really enjoyed this pedal. If you're not familiar with the Power Stack, as the name implies anyway, this is Boss's Marshall in a box. And, it's really designed to simulate a big Marshall stack, if you will. And, going all the way, the sound control, the knob on the far right, which essentially is just the gain knob, the crunch all the way to the left setting versus the ultra setting all the way to the right, is designed to simulate the different, really the different eras of Marshall stack, be it, the early plexis all the way up to, kind of JCM 900 range, maybe even JCM 2000 DSLs. Maybe not quite that much gain, but, close to it. I mean, it does get pretty gainy. Comparing it to the Waza Craft edition of the Metal Zone, if you are new to this channel and you have not seen my original demo of, or seen any of the videos that I've done of the Waza Craft Metal Zone, you should probably know that I am in love with this pedal. Absolutely love it. I don't know why Boss didn't do it sooner. I think they were just probably trying to get the Waza Craft line off the ground before they launched this thing, and made me a very, very happy guy. The Waza Craft, just as a brief overview, is, it has two modes in it. The S, which stands for standard, C, which stands for custom. The standard mode is an analog circuit version of the original Metal Zone circuit. And you can hear elements of that old Metal Zone pedal in standard mode very, very closely. There's just some things about it that, oh yeah, that sounds very, very familiar, at least to me. The custom mode, on the other hand, is a totally different ball game and is an entirely different pedal, and to me sounds like a high gain tube amplifier, basically Mark V or something like that. Kind of a, it doesn't sound like a distortion pedal at all. It sounds like an amplifier. Comparing it to the Power Stack, something I had not tried with this pedal in a long time was moving the gain control down, for kind of some of that, that 70s hard rock type of stuff. And it does that very, very well. Doesn't necessarily sound really, I didn't think it sounded anything remotely close to anything in this pedal, but, it does sound, I think it does the 70s thing pretty well. And, when you start to turn that up, turn the gain knob up, the sound knob up, whatever you want to call it, once you get to about 12 o'clock, then I notice kind of those, what I call digital artifacts kind of starting to creep in. And, that's just the nature of it. And that was just the nature of Boss distortion pedals back in that era. Just kind of what they do. Does get awfully trebly. I got the treble turned way down. Turned up the bass to about 3 o'clock, so it was turned up quite a bit. And the level needed to be bumped up as well. Now, if you've already seen the video that I did shooting out the Metal Zone with the Metal Core pedal, unlike the Metal Core, even though they're still the same, there's no mid control on it, this one has got plenty of mid range. So, the mid control is not really needed. Plenty of it there, plenty to be had. With this guy, if you use the gain control with care, it could be a great sounding pedal. If you, again, take the necessary time to dial in the, the EQ portion of it. And, like I said, really, really great sounding pedal. I used this one as my main distortion for a long time, and I really, really enjoyed it. And one other thing about it is, if you look at it on the side, it's kind of, the finish of it is kind of got a rougher painted finish than most other Boss pedals, and I can only imagine that that's kind of designed to simulate the Tolex on a Marshall, or as kind of a tribute to the Tolex of a Marshall amplifier. So, kind of a nice touch, I think. This was definitely a fun experiment to get to a B2 of, two of my more favorite Boss pedals back to back, side by side, that I had not had the chance to do yet. So, now we can all say that we've heard both the Wazacraft Edition of the Metal Zone and the ST-2 Power Stack side by side in a comparison video, and now you can tell me what you think. Drop me a comment down below and tell me what you think. Also, if you have not already, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the alert icon next to it. That way you make sure that you don't miss out on future content of this on this channel. Last but not least, links to all of the gear used in this video will be down in the description. Please feel free to click that stuff down there, and maybe I'll buy something with it. That'd be cool too. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.